It's Monday and the sun is shining outside today, so let's go make some sewing plans. See you in a minute. Hi there, I'm Christine, the Gemini Stitcher, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a recent subscriber, thank you for giving me your support, and also thank you to everybody who stuck with me from the beginning of my vlogging journey. It's been going since February and we have reached over 1,000 subscribers, so that is phenomenal. Thank you all ever so much. I also want to thank you for all the comments that you give me every week. They really lift me and they inspire me to create new sewing ideas as well. So it's Monday and we in the UK, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, are set for a bit of an Indian summer. It's very warm outside. I'm in shorts and a top. This is the Megan Neilson olive top. And I've just got a pair of shorts on with it, but I won't inflict my milk bottle legs on you this morning. So, Monday makes some plans. What are we doing this week? Before I start chatting about sewing, I just want to say that something popped up on my Facebook feed last week, and it reminded me of how lucky I am. Seriously, how lucky I am. I was going to call it a secret, but it's not a secret. It is just, I had an illness. Was it an illness? Disability, affliction, call it what you like. For 10 years, I suffered with HEMIFACIAL spasms. And if you don't know what that means, it means that this side of my face, as I was talking to you now, would start moving of its own accord. And I had no control over it. I was lucky enough to have surgery done 4 years ago, and fingers crossed it hasn't come back. The reason I'm telling you this is because I was going to say part of the reason, but it is the reason. One, why I haven't been doing sewing vlogs any sooner, because I've sewn all my life. And two, the reason that I'm doing it now, because I can. So I am. Right, let's get back to the sewing, and then at the end I have added on the video that I took before I had my surgery done. So if you don't understand what I'm talking about, hang around, watch the vid at the end. And if you know anybody who suffers with something similar, tell them to get in touch and I'll help them if I can. Shall we do this week's channel shout out? Every week I shout out a small sewing channel. So it's a sewing channel that's under 2,000 subscribers. And this week I am returning the favour because the campaign is starting to get out there and people are starting to hear about it and talk about it, which is phenomenal. So this week's small channel shout out is to a lovely lady who has a channel called So Chi Designs. I really enjoyed watching her vlogs. She's not been going long, but she's doing very well indeed. She's also taking part in the Dress a Girl campaign, which I'm doing a vlog on as well. Mine's going to be on the 11th of September. Hers went up yesterday, so give that a watch if you want to find out about the Dress a Girl 2023 campaign. She gives you lots of useful information on there and very well presented. So what did I make last week? Well, I was really busy, but unfortunately there's only 2 things that I can actually show you, because I was making my catch-all caddy, which I'm doing as a collab with Adele from Sofa Serenity. So if you're watching, Adele, mine's finished. How are you doing? So that's going to be revealed on Friday. as part of Friday Sews. So tune in for that. And then the other thing I've been doing this week, apart from what the garments I've made, is making pumpkins. I know, it's only just September, but I am an ambassador for a small fabric printing company called Flamingo Fabrics. And they sent me some spooky fabrics to make some pumpkins with. So I've been doing those, but again, I can't show you them yet because I haven't sent the deets to Flamingo yet. So once that's been done, I will be showing you how to make. In fact, it's going to be one of my Waste Not Wednesday vlogs, where we do a vlog on making pumpkins from scraps of fabric, completely from scraps of fabric. So probably be towards the end of September, I think. But they're made, so I have been busy sewing. What else have I done? I've also done the project book cover for my sewing social, which is on Wednesday. Can't wait. The second one, and there's 16 of us this time. Oh my goodness, that's going to be a full-on day. Can't wait to meet everybody. And then I have made some garments from one of my project bags. You'll remember last week I said that I was cutting everything out because I'd moved up into my dressing room come sewing room that it is now, and then the sun's come out, typical, but I'm there now. So I do still use my sewing chart, but I use it for cutting things out, and it's great. I've got more room, so whether it'll stay like that, we will see. So I've cut out quite a few projects and put them into project bags, and one of the bags contained these. Just hang on and I'll grab them. Here they are. I've started my winter wardrobe. They are two of the Jara sweatshirt tops by Megan Neilson. They're the ones with the high front, low back. So I've got one in this beautiful dragon print. That's a French terry. And then the other one is in this gorgeous Ponte Roma. The French terry was from Pound Fabrics, and this Ponte is from Gemini Stitches. I do think they are both still available on the sites. If they are, I will put the links to both fabrics in the details, just in case you want to use some of it yourself. Why not? Why would you not want this? This is my favourite. I haven't taken any photos of it yet, but if I manage to, pop over to my Instagram. I'll put the deets below, and some photos of me wearing these will appear on there shortly. So that was this week's makes, and I can only show you two garments. So what else do I want to talk to you about before we talk about hemifacial spasms? I know, it's not sewing, I get it, and if you don't want to watch the end, that's why I've tagged it on the end. So if you're just interested in sewing chart, just turn it off when it starts. The video lasts about 4 minutes. So what else have I done? Well, we did the Busy Bee challenge reveal, didn't we? And we'd done our transformation challenge, and I did my shorts and top for my holiday. There's a picture of me feeling very proud of them. And we're on with the next challenge. Now, I go away on the 22nd of September, and the reveal is on the 30th. So instead of having 4 weeks to make the next challenge, I've only got 3. So, plus I've got Project Dresser Girl. So I've only got 3 weeks to do that in as well. Never mind, I will get through. So I've picked out 3 patterns. Now, our final challenge is a bag challenge, which some of the contestants found a little bit unusual. They were expecting a made to measure like the Sewing Bee. But bag making has become quite popular recently, and a lot of people don't sew garments, they just craft and sew bags. So I thought we'd be inclusive of everybody in our final challenge. The people who only sew garments can test themselves and stretch themselves into sewing a bag. And the ones who don't sew garments can join in as well. So I've picked out, the criteria is that it has to be a free bag pattern. Now, I've bent the rules slightly, only a little bit. I used to subscribe to sewing magazines back in the days of COVID, and I used to look forward to them coming. It used to brighten up my day when the postie came with a magazine. But I stopped the subscriptions. So I was getting buried in magazines, you know what I mean? So what I've done is, last week I sorted out through all the magazines and I cut out everything that I wanted to keep and I've put them in lever arch files. So I thought there was bag patterns in there and there was some that I really liked. So I thought, well, these are free patterns in the magazine. So I've got 3 of them. Let me know which one you think I'm going to do. So the first one is this one. It's called Be My Guest, and it's like a weekend away bag. But I thought I could use it to make a snazzy new gym bag. So that is bag idea number 1. Bag idea number 2 is this. I'm not going to be doing it bright yellow, believe you me. And it's called the Margot bag. The Margot bag. Now, I have a lot of bags. I have a lot of tote bags, so I will not be making a tote bag. No way. But this caught my eye because it's a crossbody bag and I could do it in some pleather. And I've never worked with pleather before, so that will be challenging for me. And if I did it in muted wintry colours, it's one that I could use as an everyday bag through the winter. So that is idea number 2. And then bag idea number 3 is this cute rollover rucksack, which would come in really handy when we go away, and also when we go down to Anglesey, we can just chuck everything in there we need for the few days that we're staying away, and we can use it for when we go out walking while we're down there as well. So that is bag idea number 3. So they're the 3 bags. Let me know which one you think I'm going to do, and you'll find out at the end of September. So there's one last plan for this week, apart from making a bag, sewing a load of little girls' dresses. I have to do something that is, for me, I can take my time with and enjoy. So I've decided that for my hauls, I want a jersey play suit, something that's easy to pull on and off. And I've got in my stash this gorgeous fabric with petals all over it. I got it from Pound Fabrics. I paid £4.50 a metre for cotton jersey and it is beautiful quality. So I'm going to make the Sirocco jumpsuit as a play suit. I'll pop an image of it up and then you can see. I'm hoping it's going to be a fairly quick make. I will definitely be using my stretch fix on it because I've got some ordered from Amazon. Should be here tomorrow, hopefully. So this is my indulgent, that's a nice word, isn't it? This is my indulgent make for this week. So we'll see how that turns out. The idea is, part of the reason I'm doing a play suit as well, 1, so I can take it on holiday, and 2, I want to make a winter version of the Sirocco, but I want to make sure that I'm happy with the fit and the size first. So to do a play suit first is quite a good idea, I think, anyway. So that's all the sewing for this week's Monday Makes and Plans. So shall we go and watch my, I was going to say embarrassing them, but why should I be embarrassed? My pre-surgery video, and then I'll bob back at the end. See you in a minute. I'm pointing at my wonky eye this morning for a really good reason. Those of you who know me will know that I suffer with hemifacial spasms, which means that this side of my face moves of its own accord and I have absolutely no control over it whatsoever. Annoying or what? I've lived with it for quite a long time now, but today's an exciting day for me because I'm off down to Bristol to the Spire Hospital to see the wonderful Nick Patel, who's going to perform surgery on my spasms. And fingers crossed, it's not 100%, but I'm hopeful they will cure it. So I'm doing this little video to show you what happens now. And then when I've had the surgery and I'm feeling a little bit better, I'll do another one and we can see my progress. It may not improve straight away. It can take up to 18 months to disappear altogether. And then if it doesn't, then they'll go in and tweak it, apparently. The surgery is a bit scary for me because they're going to drill a hole behind my ear at the back of my head and go in, and the reason that this happens is it's the blood vessels at the base of my brain that are touching the facial nerve. So the more I talk, the more it moves because your blood vessels are pumping. The more exercise I do, all the things that make your blood pump around your body make my flipping eye move, which it's not just my eye, it can go all the way down and it affects my lip, my cheek. So I'm hopeful that I am scared about the surgery, we all are, but hopefully it'll cure this and then I'll feel a lot more confident about myself again. So wish me luck, fingers crossed, and we'll keep you all posted. Bye! Hi there. If you know me, you'll know my journey, but if you don't, I'm going to give you a little bit of background. I've suffered with what is called hemifacial spasms for the last 10 years, which is an awful long time. Basically what that means is that this side of my face would spasm uncontrollably. I had no control over why, when, how it did it, until last October I went to see a surgeon called Nick Patel at Spire Bristol, and he is an amazing man who does what's known as microvascular decompression surgery. Basically, they go in at the base of your brain and they decompress the facial nerve that is getting compressed by blood vessels coming out of the base of your brain. It was first done last October and initially the results were very good. But there is no guarantees with this type of surgery. And after a few months, my face started to move again, which was devastating. However, I persevered. I went back to see Nick Patel, who said it just needed tweaking. So at the end of August, which is about maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago now, we went back in and redid the surgery again. This time, so far, so good. It has moved initially a little bit, but the last few days it has really settled down and it is better than it has ever been since before I got the problem. Okay, so what did you think? Quite an eye-opener. My God, an eye-opener. What am I like? I'm allowed to poke fun at myself. Quite interesting, don't you think? That I'm talking how I am now, 4 years post-surgery. I do get the odd eye twinge, but everybody gets them. So that's what I tell myself if I wake up one morning. And it's usually in the morning, isn't that weird? And I get a bit of a twitch, I think, ugh. Forget it, it's just normal. And it's not very often that I actually think about it anymore. And when I'd had the surgery done, I lived with that for 10 years. And it was just part of my normal life. And it's funny, I never really talked about it. If people asked me, I just told them what it was and just got on with things. It was just part of me. And it was only after I'd had the surgery done and it had worked. I went out for lunch one day with Sharon, my bestie. And when we were driving back in the car, because she was in the driver's seat and it was that side of my face that used to move, and we were chatting away, and she went, I've just realised how different it makes you look. And we started a conversation about it, and I really opened up to her. And it really had affected me a lot. Of course it would. But I'm the sort of person who hides my feelings a lot, puts on a brave face, just crack on. But sometimes we just need to stop and think, don't we? And watching that this morning made me think how lucky I am. So on that note, I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you on Wednesday for our Waste Not Wednesday. Take care, everyone, and happy sewing. Bye for now.